are saying is that long evolution that began with Shakespeare's poetry and ran through the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries was an evolution of the spirit, an evolution of individual dignity. Sojourner Truth's statement, and in my woman, Christ was born from man and woman. That spirit is the spirit that lies within us all. What we're saying is that brings us together even more strongly than any spirit that divides us and makes us a team. When we come together like this, we're a team. When we move out with a program like this, as we hope to do, we'll be going out as teams. We'll be going out not to carry just the message of the evil of plutocracy, but more the message of the beauty of the human spirit. More the message of what we can do together, what we need to do in an emergency. More the message of how we were born to cooperate. And we know how to do that. And nobody can tell us we don't. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're here. And that's the kind of government we want to have. We want to have a government that reflects that whole human being, that whole human spirit. It reflects the culture and capacities of every one of us. It reflects the cultures and capacities of the poorest of us economically, and the poorest of us in spirit. Those who are beaten down by foreclosures. Those who are beaten down by unemployment over the months and years. It is that spirit that we want to revive. It is their hope that we want to revive. It is their possibility that we want to revive. We're not against corporations just because they're big. We're against corporations when they are soulless. We're not against corporations because they have a lot of money. We're against corporations when they take over the government and harness the government only to those things that are not related to and life's survival, the planet's survival, life's survival, all in mind. So that's what we're doing. We'll be asking you, as you leave tonight, to give us places to go with this DVD, and we'll be sending teams all over the state to see what we can do. So there is a way in which we're working together at multiple levels. I'll just mention briefly that we're in the habit of, you can see over here on the right side, working on term limits and corruption and earmarks and super PACs in Afghanistan and Guantanamo and pensions and collective bargaining. And all of us are spread across all of those issues year after year, doing 100 different kinds of things. But if we were to work on disclosure in the Congress, we would get after both problems that come from term limits. And if we were to get after public finance, we would get after both the earmarks problems. So it will pay us to work at a higher level of abstraction. If we want to do something about Afghanistan, we can go after all the defense spending. If we want to do something about unions, we can start defending unions as a whole. So there is a higher level of abstraction which can be useful for us. If we killed the filibuster, we'd have an effect all the way through all of these issues. If we stopped using the filibuster and stopped all legislation in the Congress, we would be able to go through all of these issues. So there is a way in which working at this level is as important as working at these individual and specific levels. And if we work on a constitutional amendment regarding personhood, or move to amend free speech for people, it has an impact all the way through all of these issues. And if we come to the point where we see plutocracy, we're willing to say that's what we see happening in America. Not to kill it, but to see it. Just to understand that it exists. If we come to the point where we see it, then we know if we work on that as well as this, we have an impact all the way through all of these issues. So to understand what we've been talking about tonight, and we've been talking about the takeover of democratic government by plutocratic government, to understand that as a foundational problem. To understand that as a problem which has an effect through all the other things that we've all been working on all our lives. Is to understand the root. Plutocracy is at the root. So we continue to do these things, and we begin more and more to see plutocracy as it is. And as we see it, we begin to do democracy. And let's not just do the numbers and the statistics. Let's go from the heart. Let's write it, sing it, dance it, speak it with our emotion. Let's go for the best in our nature rather than the worst. In our art, in our theater, in our music. And from the ground of the best of us, then take specific kinds of action. We can produce democracy's fruits for all the people at both the specific level, closing corporate tax proposals we're intending to do now, going to the legislature. Supporting local democracy as the democracy movement is going on. Miguel is going to go to that session this month. Supporting campaign finance reform, amending the Constitution. All those are pieces of the puzzle. Pieces, fruits on the tree, enacting term limits. Supporting the state bank. All of that we hope to do in order to bring us all together in these various causes in some kind of a gathering sometime this year. So all of those who are involved in different parts of these issues are all united in the effort to restore American democracy, to reclaim it, revive it, restore it. And that restoration should be visible to everybody. We should bring people together so that there are hundreds of us, maybe even thousands of us, together in the convention centers of the West, where we say, I know those people, they're working on the unions. I know those people, they're working on fracking, and we are all in this together. We all have the same problem. It is the takeover of democracy by plutocracy. And we come together and unite in some large gathering and inspire each other. And let's hitch our wagon to history. Let's remember those who've led us in nonviolence before. Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez. And never forget that in this long sweep of the last 1,000 years, it has become increasingly apparent that government by the people, for the people, and of the people is eventually inevitable. We are in the tide of history. We're losing right now, but we've been gaining over the last 700 years. And we will gain, and we will win. That's inevitable. So let's remember a little piece of Abraham Lincoln, Gettysburg speech.
This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.